Hello, welcome to my channel, AH for Truth. I just had a session with our members. I wore a suit yesterday, and a lot of you were like, oh, nice suit, nice suit. You look good, you look dapper, you look clean. Well, I have them, but I just don't use them that much these days. But I thought today I might just wear one to church. Years ago, I used to wear suits a lot. But anyway, what do I want to talk to you about today? I want to talk to you about XRP and what will happen to XRP. Now, if you're a holder of XRP, you already know what's going to happen. And the reason why, I think you already know, right? But some people are shaken as a result of what happened with the news that BlackRock wasn't going to apply for a spot XRP ETF, XRP Spot ETF. Now, the spot ETFs are very important and critical to the value of XRP going up. And that's because the spot ETF has to hold XRP as the underlying asset. But in this case, if they do not apply, then, BlackRock is the largest, funds manager in the world, right? But I want you to understand something. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for joining me. This is the AH for Truth channel. Consider becoming a member, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you think. Well, BlackRock, basically, if you look at it, on the list of 100 most valuable assets in the world, on the earth today, this, by market cap, this includes precious metals, stocks, and so on and so forth, companies, right? BlackRock is at number 99. XRP as a digital asset is at number 90. As of 2 weeks ago, XRP was on number 77, 79, depending on the price of the asset. Today it's trading for $3.20, so it's down to number 90. So it's even ahead of BlackRock in value. Now, I believe that BlackRock will eventually do this now because, Larry Fink said years ago, Bitcoin is a scam or whatever it was that he said. But even watch this, a couple of things. Number one, the Vegas event coming up for Ripple is going to be headlined by a BlackRock executive, somebody speaking there. I don't remember his name, but it's interesting that you see that that's the situation, right? And yet they're not going to do anything with XRP. And there's a lot of Bitcoin maxis who are now saying, yes, we told you, go to X, you see it. Oh, there you go. It's a scam coin. It's an SHIT coin and all that, all that. Well, I don't know why people keep doing this. So let's look at XRP. What will happen to XRP? Well, we have to look at the past. It had a court case, which has come to an end. And during the court case, XRP still went and was able to ride up to close to $2. And before the court case ended this year, it went above $3 all the way to $3.60 some. That tells me something. This thing has power. And in fact, despite the fact that it had a court case, that dark cloud, that sword of Damocles hanging over it, XRP and the company Ripple still were XRP continued to stay among the top 10 cryptos for the past 5 years. Doesn't that tell you something? And before the lawsuit was over, it was able to creep up, beat Tether to and Solana, and now it's on the number 3 crypto in the world. What that tells me is that it has a very bright future. So that aside, so BlackRock doesn't apply for a spot ETF. What's going to happen? Available exchanges will continue to dry up because the more people know, USA Today article will get people putting that $500. You remember the article? If you've been watching my videos or other videos, or you are on X or YouTube, you will see that USA Today published an article with respect to Ripple's, with XRP being the best place you can put $500. Come on. You know how big USA Today is, right? Okay. So that's an announcement. And people now know, ordinary people, retail investors are going to come in and put their money in. And you're not seeing only $500. You're going to see 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, just because a reputable news organization has said that it is a good investment, the best place to put $500. Now let's look overseas. While Ripple was in court, for this last 4.5 going to 5 years, it had been building a massive network worldwide. I personally believe that Asia will be where the dynamo begins. That's where the flip will be switched, or whatever flip they call it. I believe that different payout markets have, I want to view it as switches along a rail. All right, let's kind of look at, you have this rail line and there are switches, right? And at each point, several miles, the switch goes on and, power goes into the rails or whatever. I'm just trying to explain. Think about it. Or you have a house where there are different switches, a big and great mansion. So you put on the main one and then you go around the house to put on all the other switches that lead to the subsections of this mansion. That's exactly how I see it, okay? And I hope you can get what I'm saying. So I want to talk about, so first of all, we look at Asia. And when we talk about Asia, we're talking about Japan. We're talking about Singapore. We're talking about, like all of those, Hong Kong, all of those massive places, countries with great enterprise, manufacturing, Indonesia, Malaysia. These are all payout markets that Ripple did not play with. They didn't joke around. They have 58 offices, as it were, worldwide. Then you have all these central banks internationally. You see, what is really happening in the world is that globally, things are shifting. Geopolitical zones are being rearranged. You see what the BRICS is doing is a huge challenge to the United States. That's why you see Trump crying, make America great again, make America great again, make America great. Because if America does not if they're not careful, you will see a situation where Americans who do not know what it means to suffer without a paycheck for 3 years will go through a very, very hard time. I know some people don't understand the tariff and all those things that he's trying to do to bring manufacturing back to the United States. So with BRICS going their way, that's Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and a couple other countries. Even Saudi Arabia is now part of BRICS, right? I mean, you can check that and see if what I'm saying is true. So you will find that all of these other countries, XRP is already solid. In fact, Japan is just waiting. 80% of the bank in Japan will use XRP before 2030. And I think 2026 is when the whole thing starts, because by November 25, everything goes from MT to MX, all the way, ISO 222. Then you also have Saudi Arabia and Dubai tokenizing real world assets on the XRPL. Do you know how, like, the Middle Eastern wealthy countries, their currencies are very powerful. Is it the Saudi Riyal, the dirhams? Is it dirhams they call it in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, and some of these other countries? And then you will see the recalibration of currencies like the Iraqi dinar. All of these currencies, as their economies begin to do well, things are about to change. So Saudi Arabia coming onto XRPL, United Arab Emirates, and so many others, Egypt, some of these older economies that are still there chugging along, they are all connected to XRP, the XRPL, that's the ledger. And so anything going through the XRP ledger will use XRP, believe it or not. So you are going to see, so here's the point. When people are like, oh, BlackRock is not everything. It's not everything. Even on the list of 100, there are other countries, there are other assets ahead of BlackRock on the 100 most valuable assets in the world. So why do we people inflate something and think, oh, without this we can't do? So let me give you a scenario here. If XRP is going to appreciate to thousands of dollars, it will do so because of all the money moving through it, like all these, the entire world connected, with trillions of dollars going through the ledger. So let's reason here now. If Japan comes on board and everything is moving the way it ought, and the imagine a pipe with water at a certain level. If the pipe was supposed to deliver 1,000 cubic meters an hour and is only delivering 500 cubic meters an hour, what happens is that you will be getting the value of 500 cubic meters an hour. So what's happening here is we're going to see Saudi Arabia, we're going to see the United Arab Emirates, we're going to see Asia do what they have to do, because this thing went all the way to $3.34 to $3.50, $3.60 without BlackRock, without ETFs. So listen, it will explode to a certain level. Now, if it goes from $3 to $75, that's an explosion. From $3 to $100, that's an explosion. And I can tell you that I personally believe, not financial advice, do your own research, it can go to $100 without BlackRock. That's what I believe. And even at that, some people will tell you, if I have invested 50 cents and I invested 7 cents a few years ago, and I invested, $1 or $3, and I'm getting 100 back, you know what? I've done well, because there's no bank in the world right now that will give you $100 back for an investment of $3. And I think we're not far away from $100. Saudi Arabia, Japan, and all of these other countries that I mentioned. There's others, for the space of time, and I'm not sitting on a computer showing you all these things. I just want you to reason with me. It is not only BlackRock. So if you lose all your XRP, your XLM, or whatever it is because BlackRock is not doing an ETF, I don't know what to tell you. Well, that's the end. That's all I have for you. Please, if you are new to crypto and you want any coaching or whatever, look in the description. The links for coaching are all there. I wrote a book for you also for newbies, Crypto Made Easy. And the second book is titled Cryptocurrencies, the Future of Banking, Finance, and Value Transfer is here. Well, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. I'll see you in the next one.